up session with Engineer Joker Axe, and we're so excited. The community is growing. We're getting new products, and we're learning every day. So I just really quickly want to take you through what we've done in the past days, and then in the course of the first 30 days, we had the in between. We had the 10-day insanity challenge. So I'm just going to show you the result. We talked about it last week. I'm just going to show you the result and tell you what we're going to do next. Understand that in as much as this is, we're looking for results, we've come to realize that when people focus on the results and they ignore the activity, the results never happen. But when we focus on the activity and get better day by day, it's like we're building for that result to happen. But consistency is important and discipline is needed to stay put. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what we've done. I'm going to share my screen right now real quick so that we just go straight. I wanted us to kind of do some kind of dance, but time is far spent. You know, they say overthinking, the solve problem. All right, so this is, I believe you can see my screen, right? Can somebody confirm if you can see my screen? Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Awesome, awesome, great stuff. So this is more like, sorry?
You may need to share it again. You have some black stuff covering it. I think it's due to a poor network.
Sorry, you said I need to share it again?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Is it clear now? Can anyone see, can you see it? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it. Go ahead.
Okay, I hope it's clear and everyone can see it. Okay, so remember that the insanity challenge was based on a couple of things that anybody can do. The essence at the end of the day is whatever we're doing, can it be duplicated? Can even the weakest person do it? And so we said, okay, let's take our business and try to expose the business online and also see how we can never run out of people in our pipeline. So it was more like a pipeline challenge. There are different challenges. So it was more like a pipeline challenge, but along the line, we also mixed a little bit of social media challenges here and there. And so many people have come up and said they've done things they've never done before. They've done it for the first time in their life. So let's see. So I'm just going to share with you, first of all, the active participants. Oh, okay, so first of all, the eligible participants are about 300 plus. Why did we say that? Now we looked at the people who filled the, okay, we looked at the people in the 2 WhatsApp groups that we have, okay, that we had before we merged them together. Now one group carries about 256, then we had another group. So no matter what, we were at least 300 persons. And out of the 300 persons, we took a look at the people who actually entered their activities on the various reporting sheets for every day for the 10-day challenge that we had. We had only about 91 active participants who at least carried out the tasks for one day. I need you to pay attention to these statistics because it's important. It's taken out somewhere. So that means that people who actively participated were just about 30% of the people that were in the group. Okay, so that tells us that we might have so many persons in the group, but people who are really intentional about trying to do something are quite a few. And then what are the things that parameters that we use? One of the parameters that we used is, okay, see the parameters that we used. We used what we call the FAM. FAM means to find, add, and message. I'm not going to talk about that because I suppose we already know that we've had countless videos explaining this. So for FAM, it means find, add, and message. And then so everybody that you found, added, and messaged gave you 1 point. Everybody gave you 1 point. And for ATQ, ask the message. So for everybody that you asked a message, if they would be open to see or to learn more about what you do and how you help people to benefit from the online space or the digital finance space. For everybody you ask that question, give you 3 points. For everybody that you followed, okay, this is supposed to be for this act here, I think it's a typo. For everybody that you followed, it gave you 5 points. So you know the plan is find add message, the person is open, the person responds, you ATQ, the person is open, you send the information for the person to review, and then you follow. At that point, you've wet the pipeline for a 3-way call. For instance, today I had a 3-way call with Engineer Edward, and we solved the major problem. I mean, it can be very powerful. Okay, we had a 3-way call, solve the problem without the person that we were solving the problem for not even knowing. So that's how powerful this is. But when you wet the ground, it becomes a lot more powerful. Now we found out many people entered the customers because there's a part that would ask you if you got some customers, how many of them. So somebody is writing on my screen, please be careful, Michael. Okay, so but some people put the numbers they put as to their customers and the people, because you have a space for customers and you have a space for partners, those who came in as partners. The numbers that people put there was really outrageous, you know. So we looked at that and we figured many people probably did not understand what we meant by customers and partners. So we did not count those ones. Now this is how we got the numbers. So just so that you get. So we want to know now, okay, drums rolling. We just want to know now. We had to sieve, all right? I have to say that we had to sieve the top 20. And the top 20 is about the top 20 who took action. Now, how did we also get the top 20? For those who took action once, we didn't take that, we didn't count them. We looked at those who at least took action 3 times, 3 days. But that is because of now. Going further, we're going to be a bit stricter because at the end of the day, we want to have 10, 20% that are really intentional about expanding the community than having a whole house filled of people. And all at the end of the day, we want is, you know, get the information and get our own asset. The community builders, the independent business builders are the community expanders. So focus is really, really, you know, high on this set of people. So for those who did 1 day, you know, we didn't count that. 2 days, we just said, okay, let's do from 3 days. So if you participated 3, 4, 5 to 10 days, you know, we counted that just so that you know. So I'm just going to show you the result now. So we're just going to go like from, I'm going to show you the top 20, okay? So I'd like it if we are able to probably also encourage these guys, okay? So these are the first set of people. So I wanted to give it up to Godwin Uchenna Omoha, who came up with 195 points, Caroline Ihejirika, 196 points, Abalaka Joseph, 198 points, David Namdi, 205 points, Godwin Osage, 212 points, Alice, wherever you are, please just keep jamming your hands for these guys, okay? Alice Peter, 217 points, Okodwa, Glory, 241 points, Naomi Osage, 243 points, Elizabeth Okamaka, 254 points, and Nweke Felix, 255 points. And then the next set, okay, we have the other set, okay, is like 4 to 10. The others you just listen to like 11 to 20. So we have Sambandi, 300 points, Chika Chineme, 341 points, Good News Chinonso, 393 points, Michael Ireka came 7th place, 454 points, Obodo Dimma Roslyn at 456 points, she came in 6th place. Oluwa Kemi came in 497 with 497 points, came in 5th place. And then we also have Folake Oyebade, 619 points, came in 4th place. All right, drum rolling, let's go there. So let's look at the top 3. All right, if you're ready to see the top 3, can I get top 3 in the comment section? Just give me T3, T3. The top 3 guys that really just pounded this stuff. They went all the way. Come on, T3. Let me see. Is it open to everyone? Come on, if you want to see, except you don't want to see them, I could just close and then we go home. All right, T3, the top 3. All right, great stuff. So let's see the top 3. Just keep pouring, keep pouring. The top 3, T3. All right, so let's go there. All right, for T3, the top 3, the first, the third, that is like the second runner, okay? Victoria Omema, 778 points, all right? And it's the first runner-up is Indiana Ekanem with 813 points. And the winner on the leaderboard for this round of insane social media challenge goes to Elizabeth Anichuku, 826 points. I think we should just give these people a round of applause. All right, you can give them a virtual round of applause. Great stuff. Okay, sorry.
Congratulations.
I didn't hear you.
Congratulations to the winners.
Yes, congratulations. Okay, so understand that it begins with your consistency in taking actions. And for many people, they were not also following the rules on entering. You see, what we're looking for is the data, the number. When you say, I have 20 persons that will attend the Zoom this night, you're not giving us any feedback. We're just saying, look, have you farmed? Have you ATQ'd? Have you sent a resource for review? Have you followed? When you say a customer, we're saying someone who has paid, activated his account. That's a customer. All right. So anybody that says, I'm going to sign up, it's not yet a customer. It's still within that range of you following up. All right. And doing all the stuff to get him to cross so that we understand that bit. So the next thing we want to do right now, I want to look at is what next? Where are we going from here? So I want to really get us to get this done. Okay. So it's celebration time. Okay. Congratulations to all those. All right. Who got on the leaderboard on the basis of activity, because it's the activity that will bring the results. If we're consistent and we follow up on the activities and we record the activities accurately, we'll be able to follow up with our records. We hope that these guys who had all these people in their pipeline that they farmed ATQ, we should be seeing results in the following 30 days. That is how we can confirm the authenticity of the figures you've put there, because you have to produce the results, because you have to now do the next thing of following up and then converting them. Okay. It's time for you to probably do the 3-way calls, get them to sign up. I think it's a lot easier now to get on board our system. Okay. So what's the next move? The next move from April 1, we are looking at having what we call a family blitz. So how is this family blitz going to happen? We've done the preliminary stage of showing everyone in the challenge how to make sure that their pipeline is wet every time. They have people to talk to, they have people to show their business to. Every time. You cannot, I tell you friends, if anybody in our community say, I have spoken to everybody that I know, you now know it's not true. I hope you know that, because what we've done within the past couple of days is to show you how not to rely on your warm market and how to go into the cold market and go into social media where you have billions of people and make friends and wet your pipeline. It's a game of patience, all right? It's a game of patience and building, and then it will just flow. So with that, complementing that with the people that you meet offline, and the people that are in your warm market, you will never ever have a dull day, except you are not applying all of this. We have shared with us in this group what we call a daily method of operation that requires only about 110 minutes. That's about, let's give and take, approximately 2 hours per day for you to operate this model. So what you do, I have it here looking at me, from 6 a.m., 15 minutes, you follow up. From 6:15, you find targeted prospects. 6:30, we tell you what to do. 9 a.m., we've sent it to the group. And 12 p.m., what you do. 12:15, what you do. 12:30, what you do. So it's like you do stuff in the morning, you do it in the afternoon, and you're off. Then you have the whole day until evening. You come and check your messages and respond. If you build your life that way consistently, we'll begin to see the result eventually. Understand it's a learning process. All right, so what are we going to do now? Now we're going to do it together as a family. What that means is that, let me share with you what that's going to entail. What that's going to entail is that all interested people will join on a Zoom call. So we get on a Zoom call, and then what do we do next? The call is going to last for 20 minutes. All right. And together, all of us will do the pipeline growth activity for the day. So what that means is that, these co-hosts, admit these people, the notification is blocking mine. So what that's going to do is that we will not have Engineer Levi in his house getting up and he feels like, well, I don't think I can do this today. Or Stallone gets up and he feels like, I'm not in the mood today. What we're doing is that if you commit to doing this, if we agree that it's going to be done 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. every morning, 10 a.m., we're on a Zoom call like this. Everybody gets on board. And then we declare what we're going to do for that day. Is it to farm, find out a message? This is just going to be, so we do 3 minutes pep talk. Then we go in 10 minutes blitz. You farm, it's on your phone, you just farm. And then after that, we come back and we say, okay, hey, Levi, how many persons were you able to farm? Hey, Modupe, how many persons were you able to farm? Stallone, how many persons were you able to farm? So we go 10, 20 persons. I was able to farm 15 persons. I was able to farm 5 persons. Okay, what were your successes? So we're on Zoom. We're not talking to one another, but everybody is working. Probably our videos are on and everybody is just doing the stuff, texting people and all of that. And it's fast. It's a blitz. So 10 minutes were over, we take feedback. What were the challenges? How did you surmount the challenges? We take the lessons for the day, we go off. Tomorrow we come back and say, all right, tomorrow what we're doing is ATQ. So the guys that you farmed, has anybody responded? All right, so let's go ATQ, another 10 minutes. We go ATQ, we take the lessons, we go back. Day 3, we come back, what are we doing? We're sending resources for review, we're following up. All right, we follow up for 10 minutes, we come back, boom, we go back again. And then on Friday, what are we going to do? Celebration, cultural stuff. Let's see. Did we lose? Did we win? Let me tell you, we're going to come up with something, a losing dance. What I mean losing is somebody says no, there's a dance. Somebody says yes, there's a dance. So whether people say yes or no, we have to train our minds to always take it like it's all part of the process. Because if your mind is not trained to take the no's, you get weak every time you hear a no. But we have to define, we have to design a way where somebody says no, we are happy. It's like, okay, they say no, I'm happy. Hey, you know, somebody says yes, there's a different down. So once we're watching on you, or we're watching you on Zoom and somebody says no, once you dance, we know there's a no. So back, it's the way you're psyching yourself. So it's a together family stuff. Then on Friday, what are we doing? Are we doing experience talk? We're going to mention all of that. But it's not happening within that 20 minutes period. After that, everybody goes and does whatever they do to prepare for the next day. It's just going to be that hot. So it's going to be like 5 to 10 days. We're going to watch the tempo and see how it goes. That's not going to take away from our other activities, okay? But just understand that's the explanation. That's what the Family Blitz will entail. So let me just show you real quick. I've already explained all of that. So one thing we also need to do is all of us need to join our Facebook group. So Eddie, I don't know, we need to agree on one Facebook group that we all are going to use and get in. And what's that? Because we're going to have another exercise that we call the ATM exercise. We want to direct, listen, it's a journey. It might seem like it's tough now, but and the ATM is simple. We're not doing things too much so that we don't inundate people with too many things. what I've just mentioned, farming, ATQ follow-up, I believe everybody here knows how to do it. What we just want to do now is increase the intensity together, doing the same thing we did like 10 days for the past 10 days, so nothing new. ATQ, I mean, ATM means add, tag, message. So we will not just fire away on Facebook. We now want to direct people to a place, our own Facebook family, a place where they get in. Now, the mistake people do is that when they get people into Facebook groups, they leave them. No, as an independent business builder, you have to understand where the resources are on Facebook in the group. Once you add that to your person, it might be Engineer Edward's presentation. Immediately do what? Tag the person to that presentation and message the person, I have tagged you to a presentation, go watch it. Or tag the person to a welcome message, announce the person's arrival. So once the name is announced, all of us go there and welcome the person. And the person feels like, I think I want to be part of this family. I want to be here. All right. So what we're doing at the end of this, we are getting to people from every angle on social media. Remember, what we're trying to do is to complement the offline strategies that we have, because offline appears to be, you've talked to everybody that you know, and it's like your drive. We're saying that's not possible on social media. So we will keep exploring strategies that work on social media. That is why this night, Engineer Edward, please let us get the Facebook group link to all our groups and let everybody join tonight. Let's appoint administrators or moderators so that they can let people in. This is an open Facebook group. It's not like a members only. So if we don't have one, we get one fixed immediately. So we will get people, because we're going to run a campaign where the campaign will solely be direct people to the Facebook group. So when people are there, we will be pushing our messages, our presentations there. One day they might just be scrolling past and they'll see one. But once you get someone into the Facebook group, you manage the person because he's your person. That is where the ATM strategy comes in, but that's a conversation for another day. So this night, tomorrow morning, the task should be, we should all get into our Facebook group. All right, so that's that. So I already explained this. All right, so we do the pep talk, we announce the activity for the day, the individual tracker set, the timer is set, then boom, we go. The next thing we do, experience sharing based on activities, our successes and challenges, and that ends the blitz for that day. Then we rinse and repeat the next day. We're going to have our Facebook activities. The Facebook activity, Family Blitz, FB here means Family Blitz. The activities will be to farm, to comment on people's posts. So a day we can come up and say, today all we're doing is go comment on people's posts. Because you have to comment on people's posts for them to find you and comment on your post. And when we were having the blitz, the 10-day blitz, remember, we showed how you can connect with people through their post. We showed how you can connect with people who comment on your post. We showed how you can connect with influencers. We showed how you can connect with influencers who are making money and influencers who are not making money. If you've forgotten all of this, go watch those videos. We had about 10, 11 videos we put out there, okay, plus our AMA session that we had. You can go check all of that out. And we put all the scripts all there that people can, you just copy the script. You don't have to create anything. Copy, paste, copy, put the name, paste, copy everything. We have it there. We put it there on the WhatsApp group. Please go back and get it. So that's what we're repeating. Farm. So the activities will be to farm and to comment on people's posts, to ATQ, that is to reach people to see if they are open, and then to follow up and to promote events. So one of the things we're going to do this period is to promote events. For instance, our Tuesday events, our Sunday events, our live events. Okay, we're going to come up with stuff where we take records of people who attend our physical events and know who invited them, because we have to be a bit more aggressive in whatever we're doing. And the more the merrier. For every entrepreneur, there's a downtime. We must acknowledge this fact. But it's like if you're from the riverine area, it's like you're crossing the river and the tide is strong. what we do naturally, if you're crossing the river and the tide is strong, is that we tend to hold one another. So you put your hand, my hand, I put my hand on your shoulder, all right? You put it on the next person. So that way the current, it becomes hard for the current to push one person off. Or sometimes what we do is we tie rope around our waist across board. So that rope ties everybody. The water cannot carry one person. That's how this should work. So we go together, we hold one another. In times of discouragement, you get the other person, hey, get up, we're almost through. But if we decide to do things independently, the tide will carry some of us. So understand there are down times, but we need this time where some people will not be down and will just boom. All right. Somebody said they're not seeing my screen. How? Okay. All right. Great stuff. Yes. All for one, one for all for one. You can go see that movie, Man in the Iron Mask. All right. All right. I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That's what we have. So we're going to fine tune, and in the WhatsApp group, we're going to break this down as to the activities that will happen. But this is an umbrella view of our performance in the past almost 30 days, especially within the 10-day blitz that we have, and the what is going to happen. I want to round off with this. I took a look at the WhatsApp group. I took a look at the Excel sheet, and I want to say that, and this goes to all of us. Those of us who are team leads, you're probably a rising star builder. You have one or two persons in your team. I figured out that some people who are down there took more action than the people who are on top. So I think we need to turn the table around, where people, we cannot afford to ignore social media. I know many of us have built our teams off social media, but we cannot afford. I can tell you, somebody might struggle for a while on social media, but if he's consistent enough, no matter what you've built offline, if he is consistent enough, it's like Bitcoin overtaking gold. You know, there was a time when it's like Bitcoin overtaking gold, like massively in 10 years. That's how that person who stays, tries and fails on social media and eventually cracks that code will overtake you that is running offline. We cannot afford to run this community offline. Let's get on social media and be a bit crazy about it. All right, that's all. I can go on forever, but I think our time is fast spent. So I want to hand it over to you, Edward. If we have questions, I can take a few questions, and then so we just get prepared for April 1. And boom, we're going to get into this next phase. So I think some people probably qualified for whatever is coming with the first 30 days. I'll leave that to Engineer Edward to announce what exactly is going to happen from here. So Engineer Edward, over to you, sir.